Welcome back. A busy day on Capitol Hill as Republicans in the House and Senate work to complete that tax reform package. The Senate bill released today is at odds with the House version on a number of key issues. And with lots of hard work ahead, Congress is gone. Look, there's an empty studio. I thought I was going to have all these Congress. There's no one here. And that's right. Instead of spending the necessary time to hammer out this agreement, congressmen and women are starting their weekend a little bit early. And for some perspective, just this year, the Senate has been out of session for 85 days. It doesn't mean they're vacation days, but they're out of session. And the House of Representatives sat empty for, only 67 days. Now, compare that to the average American, who receives about 8 vacation days annually. So they're out of session 8 days, the regular people. Joining us now, our former Congressman and Fox News contributor, Jason Chaffetz, and Representative Jim Renacci of Ohio and a member of the House Ways and Means Committee. Congressman Renacci, it's not fair of me, really, because when you're not here, I know you're still doing work. I get that. I don't want to be uncharitable or unfair. However, I will say this. With everything on the line, I mean everything in this tax reform package, it seems a little odd to me that that light isn't on behind me in the Capitol Dome when you all aren't there doing a lot of work. Does that strike you as a little strange?
Well, thank you for having me on, Laura. We just finished today a package out of the House Ways and Means Committee. It's now ready to move to the House floor next week. Members are getting the information. Again, things don't just shut down. We've been talking as I've been traveling back to Ohio with members. So members are getting a briefing. They've seen a lot of it already this week while we did it. And next week we'll get it moved out of the House. So we're going to continue to do our work in the House. We're hoping the Senate continues to do its work. The goal is really get this package done by the end of the year.
And Jason, again, I don't want to be petty here, but I do think that it requires individuals to be in town, in the same room, to hammer stuff out. Yeah, you can work at home. I understand that. But there's a lot of days where the session isn't happening, and we didn't do Obamacare repeal. We flopped out at that, and then everyone left town, and a lot of nominations have gotten stalled. I think keep people in session. Suddenly these Democrats are going to start confirming these nominees, no?
Well, remember when Mitch McConnell stood behind the microphone in the middle of July and said, hey, we're going to work deep into August and get all these people confirmed, and then they went on recess. Paul Ryan, with all due respect to the Speaker, a couple weeks ago said, hey, we're going to work hard to stay through Christmas. He did that the day before they went on an 11-day recess. And the problem is, when you see the Ways and Means Committee taking a huge important vote to pass something out, only to have the Senate step on their toes almost into the same hour, saying, hey, that bill's going to be dead on arrival. And by the way, we're going to introduce the corporate reduction in taxes. Oh, we want to do that a couple years from now. Are they talking to each other? I mean, you got wide receivers running into each other, to use a football analogy. That's the problem.
Congressman Renacci, that issue of delaying the corporate tax rate cut for at least, I guess, a year, that's the Senate's idea of how to save money. That's a big chunk of the money that would go right into juicing the economy, correct? But they want to delay that. That's a big deal. How do you bridge that gap?
Well, absolutely. And I got to tell you, as we were moving the bill forward and talking about it even as of last night, I was not going to support it this morning if we were going to delay it, because I do believe we have to do it as soon as we can. We got to get the economy growing as quickly as we can. We got to get the tax cuts for middle income taxpayers as quickly as we can. And that's why it's so important that we do it on day one. So I'm a big advocate of that. I'm glad to see that the chairman held to that. And that's one of the reasons we do have the difference between the House version and the Senate version. The chairman of Ways and Means, Kevin Brady, was really good about making sure he listened to the members as we move this forward. And that was a key point. We wanted to have it done January 1. We did not want to delay it.
And Jason, again, we got 7 tax brackets in the Senate bill, 7. We got 4 in the House bill. They muck around a little bit in the House with the mortgage interest deduction. They leave it at $1 million in the Senate bill. I don't know. I'm not sure they're going to get to a meeting of the minds here. But if they don't, I think they can kiss 2018 goodbye. I think they don't get something meaningful passed forget about it. I don't see how you can ask the voters to vote for you again. I'll let you close it out.
Hey, look, I was a chairman, and they told me, hey, we're going to work hard in the beginning of January, so on the day the president is sworn in, they can have health care, and about, St. Patrick's Day or so, we're going to have tax reform. You had the Treasury Secretary say we're going to have tax reform done by the time we go into August, and I just want to get it done. Just win, baby. That's what Al Davis said. Just win.
All right, guys.